Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Today's topic is an interesting one, and if you're a subscriber, you know my approach is very different than the norm. At the Marriage Foundation, we're all about starting now in order to change your marriage, because none of us got good marital education. And so you might say that that's what the Marriage Foundation is all about, teaching you how to be married. And when cases are really rough, your marriage is like on the verge of divorce, then it's very useful to take, if you're a woman, the course for women, if you're a man, the course for men. Otherwise, watching these videos is really beneficial. Getting one of my books is super beneficial. So let's get into this topic, which is, how do I get my husband to trust me again? And if I were a Western psychological therapist, which I'm not, I got into this very differently. I was a divorce mediator, so I know that they don't help. They would ask, well, what happened? Tell me all about it, and basically waste your time, because now is the time for you to begin the process, not of just getting your husband to trust you again, because that's sort of like the flower on the bush, you might say. The marriage is like a plant, it's alive. And we see whether a marriage is really healthy by what the flowers look like, what the leaves look like. And if your husband isn't trusting you, that means you don't have a good connection with your husband. Well, why did you get married? You got married precisely to have a great connection with your husband. You even called him, and I hope you still call him, your soulmate. But what has happened is not what you think. It's not this happened or that happened. That's never the case. Well, occasionally it's the case, but it's rarely the case. Usually what happens is the marriage starts degenerating because as a living thing, it needs to be well taken care of, which means you need to know what you're doing so you can take care of it properly, so that the flowers, the blooms will be beautiful, the leaves will be beautiful. And it will be producing what it's supposed to be producing, which is happiness and love. Isn't that why you got married? You know, we don't learn these things. Most of us, we just get married because it's the next step, and we're quote unquote supposed to get married. We're supposed to have children. Or you're bucking the system. Oh my God, you don't want children. You don't know what you're missing out on, all of that stuff. And marriages without children are just fine, as are marriages with children. Those things don't matter. You don't get married to have children. Might be one of the sub-reasons, but pay attention to this. You got married in order to be happier, and your right expectation should be that you will be happier than you were yesterday, every single day of your lives. And the source of that happiness, and this is what is totally missing in the world, unconditional love, selfless love, unconditional love, not because you're getting love back or because you made vows with each other, but you, as an individual, made a vow to your husband to love him unconditionally, to nurture your relationship, to nurture that love. And the answer to this question should be obvious to you now. When you learn how to be married, which again, you could get one of my books, or you could take the course for women, but when you learn how to be married, trust is natural. And a lack of trust, believe it or not, is irrelevant. None of us are trusting. I mean, we are to a degree. But the very nature of what we are. We're souls, we have a body, and we have a mind. So the nature of the body, because it's biological, is survival, self-preservation. That's the nature of the body. And it's constantly pinging the mind, protect, 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 be defensive, be resistant, watch out, caution, fear. This is what the body is telling the mind. And you need to learn how to modify these messages from the body. You need to take responsibility for your mind and for mastering it. Where have you ever heard that before, right? We don't hear this anywhere. And yet, without learning how to master your mind, which means to master your emotions, get rid of the fear, get rid of the anger, and learn to love from your heart, because you are your heart. And then this trust issue disappears, just disappears, like it's never been, because your focus is on building the marriage, on creating, nurturing, developing love and happiness. And that's what it's all about. Now, we've been doing this for over 20 years. So not only is this theory, but it's theory put into practice, getting results. Thousands of people have proven out what we talk about. Take a look at our website. Take a look at the testimonials. I hate calling them testimonials because it makes it sound like we're selling something. I guess technically we are, but really what it's about is people sharing what has happened to them when they've used the course or when they've read the book. And this is available to you. It's amazing, if I do say so myself. I'm Paul Friedman. I created the Marriage Foundation to serve you. Thank you for spending time. Like this video. Leave a comment. God bless you and take care.